Yo, cheers, man.
Cheers, man.
Let's
cheers.
drink a beer.
Cheers.
College football.
College football.
What's up, Sports Trigger fans? This is Jared and Travis. We're coming at you live from Florida. Travis, you ready to get this started?
Let's get it going.
Welcome back, Sports Trigger fans. This is Jared and Travis. We're actually filming live today. We're together
Live.
We've been playing some NCAA football 2012. Say what? Little bit of throwback on the PS3. We've been talking about it. And we're like, oh shoot, man. Like, let's get some donuts today because everybody's got to get some donuts. And then we're like, let's play some NCAA football 2012. Travis, it just brought back memories. Brought back memories.
Easily brought back memories. That's the way we grew up. The PS2, especially obviously the PS3, college football, especially any video games, but specifically college football. That's what we're used to playing. It's been a while. It's definitely been a while. And the last time I played, man, I can't remember, to be truthfully honest.
I can't even, we literally got into it, and then also my joystick started screwing up. But either way, it was a great memory of, every time you started losing or something bad went happening, you're like, oh, man, my joystick froze up. Up. So I was like, oh, shit, this is nostalgia right here. But let's clear the air right here. I beat you with LSU the first game. LSU, Missouri, right?
The first
Missouri,
game.
Right? I trounced you.
I mistakenly
I think
Missouri.
you quit. You quit pretty quick.
I did quit.
You quit
third quarter.
Third quarter, you quit.
Third quarter.
We did a rematch because we have some money down on the FAU game versus Navy tonight, and I was like, all right, I'll take FAU. Navy, of course, is better team. Good pick by you, Travis. I should have done a little better on that.
Triple option.
And what was the score? You just beat me straight up, right?
Yeah.
Fourth quarter, you beat me by 10. I think it was 75-65 or something like that. So that was fun. Fun. And then we had the pulled pork on in the background.
Oh.
We've been stirring it up for 7 hours.
Game over.
Mac and cheese, threw some mac and cheese on that. We're just getting pumped for the weekend. We're going to actually do a live broadcast tomorrow.
For a full hour.
Yeah, full hour. We got some great content. We're ready. We're pumped.
College football. Get ready for it.
How can you get better? How can you get better than that?
You can't.
Yeah, and actually, last night we threw some bets down, and we actually came out ahead.
Okie State.
Okie State. What did we do on the bets?
Over for the IU score. Over
for the IU score. I think that was 56 or 57. And that started out really slow. Yeah. OSU blows. Because I'm a Michigan fan, they blow. They didn't look any better.
No, they didn't.
Did you think they looked better?
No. JT Bear, it's... You know what? I love IU, and I fully expect... They were great. I thought IU played great.
Yeah.
Their offense really was a disappointing team.
Yeah.
But you know what? JT Barrett, how is he impressive? With wide open throws, no way. Heisman contender out the window, in my opinion. I could care less what he did last night.
Yeah, and to be honest, everybody was like, oh, he settled in the third and fourth quarter. Yeah, right. He threw 2 touchdown passes that was, one was wide open right across the middle.
That the
10-yard, and then IU just fell down.
Exactly.
They were done. And you know what? They were tired because, to be honest, when you were watching all of IU's drives, they were all over the back shoulder passes. They weren't long drives.
They were difficult
so when
passes.
They have 17 yards rushing. So you're not, I mean, get out of here. It doesn't matter how good your defense is. You're out.
Right.
So next week, expect big things from Oklahoma.
Yes. Baker Mayfield.
If they can run it. I'll be honest. The defensive line still is impressive, right? Oklahoma's defensive line is still impressive. The freshman running back's awesome. You can't get over that.
You can't take that away from them.
Yeah, great jump cuts and everything, but it's still IU, so we'll see. And maybe IU's better than we thought, too.
I think so.
I don't know. Allen, though, the best thing, I'll be honest, when we were both watching the preseason with Allen, and he was like in tears.
He was
saying how excited he was about coaching at Indiana.
An Indiana boy.
When's the last time you saw that for college football?
For any college sport at Indiana, I have not seen that. You know, you've seen Tom Crean where he's emotional before, but not to that extent to where he's like, I grew up in Indiana. I'm an Indiana boy. You know, he felt that emotion. You could see it.
No, it was real.
It was
real. So we'll give him that edge. And to be honest, yeah. With that being said, so IU Ohio State, great game really to kick off the season. Big Ten's got to be happy about IU being ready. What other games are you pumped about? I know we have some bets going on tonight. Washington, Rutgers, Navy, Florida Atlantic, because so many people are jumping on the Lane Kiffin train, and why?
They have back?
All of his recruiting's been on the Last Chance U. Literally, it's like he's been with the directors, sliding a little $5 bill, and he's like, "Hey, like give me a little access to those guys." And to be honest, I just don't see it happening. We put all our money on Navy beating FAU tonight.
Confident.
So what do you think?
Confident.
What's your chances of FAU winning?
I would definitely put FAU down there as far as chances of winning. You take Lane Kiffin away from FAU, they would probably be, in my opinion, 20-point underdogs. You know, you have someone there that has that coaching stature. You know, you've been to USC, you're the OC at Alabama. Obviously, you're the head coach now, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have the talent or the structure, if you will, to where you're going to be good enough to... I think they'll compete well enough with Navy, but in the end, Navy is going to win and be victorious because Navy's been doing what Navy's been doing, especially on offense, for at least 15, 20 years.
Well, let's get this straight. It's time we start saying Navy's a quality team. Mm-hmm. It's time we stop saying, it's surprising that Navy's successy.
Right.
Navy wins 8 to 9 games every single year. They are very consistent every single year. They're competitive against every day. And FAU is they're not a top team. Let's be honest. If Navy went out there and beat Notre Dame again, I know you're a Notre Dame fan, but if they went out there, okay, that's impressive. But beating FAU is expected now.
Well, and Navy lost 3 games last year, and you look at it, and they disappointingly lost 2 of their 3 games against Naval Academy, or I'm sorry, not Naval Academy, but Armed Forces.
Army.
They lost to Army. And they lost to, I believe the second was Air Force. They lost to another
I think they did.
team. So if you take those 2 away, they only lost 1 game last year. And
right.
I mean, those are teams that they're used to playing. So, you know, they know their style, their mindset. So the fact that they lost to them, I know they were close games, granted. Right. But, I mean, the fact that they beat everyone else the way they beat Houston last year. Tom Herman was there.
Oliver. That's the only... Like, I don't even care about Tom Herman. I don't even care about Herman.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Like, Houston was very talented last year.
Extremely.
Ward at the QB, right? And then Oliver, like, very talented, didn't live up to expectations. I don't even care how you say it. Navy beat them last year. And that was a very talented Houston team. And so if Navy's beating those type of teams, I don't care who it is, with Herman as a coach, that's impressive.
Yeah, extremely.
That's impressive.
It's extremely impressive. And I think people, year in and year out, definitely overlook Navy. There's like a plug-in team, if you will. They're like, okay, they'll win 7 games, but they don't really see them as... I wouldn't say they're a powerhouse necessarily, but they're definitely a team that can scare people. Notre Dame's not really a name that you could throw out there as being an impressive team year in and year out.
Not right now.
Yeah, not right now. Yeah. But, I mean, still being able to beat teams that have high-end recruits like Notre Dame, I mean, that's beyond impressive. And, I mean, Houston last year, granted, Greg Ward was coached up easily. But beating an Ed Oliver team, Ed Oliver was all the time last year. There were a lot of great defensive linemen last year, but Ed Oliver as a freshman especially, it's just very remarkable, very special. You don't hear about there are a lot of freshman defensive lineman that had great years last year, but Ed Oliver, all time, one of the best defensive lineman efforts I've ever heard of.
So we have a few games tonight. We bet on the Washington and Rutgers game. The line's at, I think, 27.5, and then you have the over and under of 53, which we were really surprised by, really, actually. So what's your feeling on that game? And then on top of that one, we already kind of gave the Navy and FAU one. So what about the let's stick with the 27.5 and then the 53 over under with Washington Rutgers. What's your thoughts on that? Why maybe is the 53 and under? I mean, that's low. Right. I almost expect Washington themselves to put up 52 points against Rutgers. So.
Well, see, it's funny because I feel like so many people are undervaluing how well Washington's offense was last year, especially Jake Browning as a quarterback. His QB touchdown to interception ratio was ridiculous last year. 40-plus touchdown passes. That's amazing. Granted, the Pac-12 may not have been the most hyped-up conference or the most sought-after conference last year, but it's
this year.
They're
terrible. They're terrible, and we
I totally disagree.
Tomorrow we're going to talk about your pick to win it all. One of these bets that you made, these insane bets,
solid bet,
and it's based completely on the Pac-12 blowing.
It's very
absolutely
solid.
blowing.
That's
so
not
you
the
know
premise.
what? We don't have the time right now to get into that. So Travis, before we close out, we went to the donut shop today. What was your favorite cake donut from the donut experiment today on Anna Marie Island in Florida?
Hands down, the best was the cake donut with the hazelnut drizzle, the hazelnut glaze, if you will, and the coconut topping. I've never had that before, and it was amazing, honestly. That hands down one of the best donuts I've ever had, glazed yeast or cake donuts.
So with that being said, guys, Travis made some terrible choices on donuts, bets, everything you want to say.
Stanford.
Everything you want to say, Stanford. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We're going live tomorrow, so we hope you all join us. Give us a chance, listen in. I think you're going to find us really entertaining.
Get them, Cardinal.
We're going to be making some breakfast, talking about terrible
Stanford.
bets. And with that being said, until next time.
Until next time.